Hello, here are my counts for Ethereum on the 6-hour chart. Starting with a bearish scenario, a regular flat. So ABC in wave A, WXYB, then 1, 2, 3, 4, ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing wave 5 and a contracting ending diagonal in a wave C. Now we are looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and retracement, and then we move down taking out this low. So the probabilities here, this fits well, it fits nicely, all of the time and all the fib targets. The only thing that we are missing is basically proof that our thesis that wave C is ending here. And how we get that is by having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a retracement, a clear impulse down with a retracement. Then it's a much higher probability that we are indeed done over here. Because sniping the highs or lows is very, very difficult if you don't have any more evidence that you have already done it, so to speak, or that you have begun your journey down, if I put it like that. So this can also turn into something like this. So A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, an extended wave 5 for a wave C over there with a regular impulse. So that is why it is very important to have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 confirmation with a retracement before you have the highest probability that this was indeed wave C and that we are not finished or moving up here. So, but this is very much a backup. The regular flat, the first scenario, have a much higher probability than this because wave C becomes very long in time and also fib target. It's not breaking any rules, it's just guidelines. So if we move past this, this is the invalidation for this scenario. So then we move on to the leading diagonal, the bullish scenario. So ABC 1, WXY 2, and then ABC 3, 4, 5. And here you have exactly the same issue. We don't know if this is the end of wave 5 because you have quite a wiggle room here with wave 5 before wave 5 becomes invalidated, and that happens here at 2318. If we move up here, then wave 5 becomes longer than wave 3, which is not allowed in a contracting diagonal, thus invalidating wave 5. But the issue here with a diagonal this not steep, so to speak, it becomes difficult because you can count this as an A, B, C, and you have a W here, and then you have a wave X, and then you have a wave Y, so you move wave 3 over here, just extending this diagonal even further. Then wave 3 becomes very long and breaks some guidelines in time, but it's never an invalidation. So the only invalidation basically for this is that you take a channel like this, so from the 1 to the supposedly 3, and you hit this, the start here, and you toggle on this diagonal invalidation. So you want this to move down here and invalidate this if you are looking to invalidate this scenario, because then it is no longer contracting, then it is expanding, and that is a much lower probability for a diagonal. But if we move down here in an impulsive manner and invalidate this line, yeah, of course, it's a possibility that we are indeed finished here. But it's also important then that this move down shares exactly the same move down as this regular flat. This is also looking for lower prices. So there you have a confluence with the directional bias that both of these are looking for a downside. So have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a retracement, and then you can have more confidence that either this is a finished diagonal, we are looking for downside, or that this is a finished wave C in an ABC regular flat here, and we are looking for even more downside taking out this low. So the difference between these two are that this diagonal is stopping before we are taking out this invalidation, but otherwise all of this is basically the same movement for both of these scenarios. So here the diagonal hit this, the low probability wave 2 target, which is a low probability for a wave 2, that's why it's called that way. It is more common for a diagonal to hit those kind of targets, but still it is a very deep deep wave 2, it's more in a target of a regular flat. So that lowers the probability a bit for this diagonal. And also it doesn't really fit as well in the bigger picture that I have with the 3-daily video I made before on Ethereum. You can check that out to see how this would fit in that kind of context. But nonetheless, here you can have an example here that the leading diagonal is not yet finished. So 1, 2, 3, 4 ABC here in a wave 5. As I mentioned, we have all this wiggle room to play with the diagonal. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 retracement. There is your confidence that this is a much higher probability that we are done there. So the last possibility that I am tracking is this. So ABC, W, WXY, X, and then ABC for a wave Y. This has a lower probability because of us hitting this yellow line. And that is a low probability for a deep double zigzag. And deep in this case means high as well, since we are looking for higher double zigzag. So that lowers the probability, therefore I have it last. But this is like a backup. It's not breaking any rules, it's just breaking guidelines.